Hi guys. Welcome back. It's been a while. I've been on break for like Independence Day and stuff, and so I haven't like filmed a video in a while. I'm also not wearing makeup, so don't talk about it. But I'm here, I'm back, and today I kind of wanted to talk about two movies that I saw while I was on break, which was Obsession and Backrooms. I love them both. Okay, both are horror movies, and if it's something that you guys should know about me is I love horror movies. I want to talk a lot more about horror movies in the future, but since these are two movies that I like recently saw, and I just really enjoyed it, and I kind of just want to talk about it. But I actually did talk about it on my Instagram story, but like my friend was like, "Oh, you should get a letterbox." I have a letterbox, but like I don't really use it. It's not as active as I want it to be. But I'm gonna share some of my opinions, okay? But we're gonna start with Backrooms first because I said a few things about it, okay? So, I okay. So just to preface, I loved Backrooms. Okay, I loved the movie. I loved how they were able to accurately display what Backrooms looks like and how it like incorporates into like real life and our reality and also like the characters' reality and stuff. I feel like it blended up perfectly. I never thought it was an idea of like him walking through. Y'all, if you haven't seen Backrooms, actually, don't watch this video. If you haven't seen Obsession, don't watch this video. I'm going to be talking about things that happen in these two movies. So if you haven't seen it, just don't watch this video, okay? Okay, so like spoilers ahead. But oh yeah, okay. So yeah, when I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I loved how they were able to like accurately display what the black rooms looks like, and also just the entire like idea, like the entire visualization. It all just worked perfectly in my opinion. Once again, these are my opinions. You don't have to agree with me, but when it came to the ending, it felt a little bit flat. um, I said this verbatim that I wanted more in the ending. I wanted a little bit. I just wanted them to touch base on a few more little details, and but like the thing is like with a lot of movies, a lot of like modern movies, especially like right now, in horror movies or any kind of like psychological thrillers that you see, they're supposed to leave you with questions. Like it's not supposed to be some kind of like, oh, one and done, like this is what happened and this is what happened and this is what happened in this character. They don't do that, like, which is okay. Like obviously I'm not asking for them to like explain every little detail, but I just wanted a I just wanted to see more a little bit, okay? Like, and the thing is, like, I watched both. Okay, I watched Obsession first, and then I watched Backrooms. And the reason why I'm starting with Backrooms and I say that I wanted more from it is I'm not saying that to compare the two movies at all. I loved both of them. Like, I equally loved both of them. I was so hyped when both of them came out and everything. But sorry, but when Backrooms, like when I finished Backrooms, I was just feeling a little bit let down at the ending because there were so many different things that were that weren't really like touched on that I wanted them to touch on, and I'm kind of just like making my own assumptions about like how it was supposed to end. Once again, I know movies aren't supposed to tell you everything. Sometimes the beauty of it is like you having your own inference and you having your own like speculations and stuff. That's how like usually it's supposed to go, which is fine. And so when I finished when I finished Backrooms, let me slow down. When I finished Backrooms, um, I keep on like talking in circles, my bad. But the reason why I'm saying that I feel like the ending was a bit flat was there were so many different things that weren't really touched up on. Like for example, a few examples for so, but like, let me do this like step by step. I know that there's like a ton of different levels of backrooms. There are hundreds of levels of backrooms and even more entities. And I'm not saying that they should like put every single one of like, oh, they should have had different characters going in different levels or anything like that. No, I feel like the way it got written and also the way that it was displayed were perfectly fine, because that level, the specific like liminal space that Clark was in, and the therapist and like basically everyone was in, that is the most like popularized and also the most like theorized backrooms level that we've seen. A lot of the other backroom levels have just been speculation, either through like Reddit or different like YouTube series and stuff, or even TikTok and everything. So there's not really like a there's a lot more information on this specific level that we saw in the movie than other levels. So I don't have a problem with like any of like the visualization or anything, but it was just small details. Like, for example, I said this verbatim, that Captain Clark is a still life that symbolizes his flaws and failures. It makes sense as he's the main character, but I wish there was more about the lady in red, the Christmas tree room, what led to Catherine's death, how long Clark stayed in the back rooms before his therapist found him, and why there was no copy of Bobby or Kat after they died. Those are a few questions that I had in mind, or a few things that I wanted them to like touch base on. Like, I kind of wanted to see what led up to Kat's death. I kind of wanted to see, like, even though she wasn't like a main character, but that lady in red, it just, whenever I saw her and seen her like run into the corner, she like would run into a corner while Captain, I don't know if it was like, oh, because she's scared of Captain Clark, the still life of Captain Clark. I don't know if it's like, sorry, I don't know if it's because she's scared of Captain Clark. I don't know if it's because of some like irrational fear, or just some, I have no idea. I don't know who it's based off of, if it's his ex-wife, if it's Captain Clark's ex-wife. I don't know that, and it's okay for me to not know that, but at the same time I wish it like touched base on it. And when Clark cut off her, he like basically scalped her and to put the wig onto his therapist, I don't know if he was like thinking that was his ex-wife. I have like a small inference that it is his ex-wife, but at the same time, like, I'm not too sure. And what is that Christmas tree room? Like, literally, what even was that? Like, I'm gonna put a picture if I can, but like that, it was like very confusing and like very, very ominous, because all the other rooms that I saw were like replicas of like the furniture store, but like with different alterations and stuff, because, you know, it's a back room. But like this one same Christmas tree, I don't know if Clark put it there. I don't know if like it's confusing. Why is it lit up? Like, it's just, there's different like elements that like it's very confusing. And then at the ending, when you kind of see Kat and Bobby's like missing pictures and stuff, and you see them on the like phone line, and the phone line is like kind of warping into into the back rooms. Is it like turning into a part where it's like it's kind of spreading, like backrooms is kind of like spreading into our dimension or into our reality? Just different things, different little itty bitty things that I wanted to touch up on, and that I wanted the movie to touch up on. But like at the end, when the therapist was found, and we see that there was a copy made of the, like, how do they make the copies? Is it that you have to is it like when you die you don't get a copy? Because we don't see a copy of Kat or Bobby's body, or we don't see a still life of Kat or Bobby's body, but we see one. And we also don't see one of a copy. So is it because that they died in the back rooms, they don't get a copy, or you have to be alive to have a copy? And if so, if they're alive, if the therapist is alive, the lady in red is possibly alive, the lady in red is possibly his ex-wife. So many different things. There are so many different things, so many different theories about it that I completely loved. I love this movie so much, but I just wish it didn't just end there as she got pulled in, and it's just like, is it like just like a frame of her consciousness as she's going through an MRI machine or something like that? Did Captain Clark just die in an MRI machine, and that not that the still life of Captain Clark just like bit him and like ate him? And also, why is the Captain Clark, is it because the still life of Captain Clark, he's so filled with like so much hatred and animosity for the real Clark, that made him want to like kill him and like bite him, and like why did he also go after his therapist? Was he under the delusion that he was like talking to his ex-wife? Because I remember at the beginning when he would usually see his therapist, he would talk about like, it would do like a little role playing to see like, what would you say to your wife? And it would like kind of rise up in tension because like he is ashamed about like working in a furniture store, nothing is selling, and he is an architect, but like he feels discredited by his own efforts. There's so many different questions and theories that I have about it, that I know the movie, like it's a hour 48-minute movie, and I loved every second of it. But and like also, like at the very beginning, the guy that was filming the backrooms before he died, like there was just some random guy and we see his name tag. What's up with that? So many different things, so many different theories and stuff. And I truly loved the movie. It just felt like I just wish it didn't end there. That's like my thing. I just wish it didn't end there. Overall, literal 10 out of 10 movie. And I know that they're making, I know Steven Spielberg is in production to create a version of the Mandela Effect, which is also like a sort of like analog horror movie, which I'm also super excited about. So that's also great. But next, we're now going to talk about Obsession. Now, I have been seeing also 10 out of 10 movie. I love both movies equally, but like I've been seeing so many different theories about Obsession, but it's all, the more theories that I've seen about it, the more it's been also reiterated in the same way through TikTok, just in different wording. There are no original ideas, okay? You can have your opinion about the movie, but trust and believe you are not some kind of like intellect. And I'm also not saying that I'm some type of like intellect, but like when I was watching the movie, right? Like actually when I finished watching the movie, I was seeing so many people talk about how Bear is actually the villain. Bear is selfish. Bear is evil. Bear is actually more evil than Nikki, which in actuality, sorry, yes, that is very true. That's true because Bear makes a wish that Nikki would love him more than anyone else in the entire world. Whereas his other option, the better option, would literally just to be like, Nikki, I got you this necklace that you actually wanted because, you know, she had like a crystal necklace that fell into the drain or something. But like, I got this necklace that you actually wanted because I listen to you and I know what you want. And you know what? We've been hanging out for a while. We've been friends for a while. I like your company. I like you. I find you pretty. Would you like to go out? Simple. She says yes. Awesome. She says no. It sucks. But you guys can still stay friends. Okay? I can't say that I know what goes into a guy's head whenever he has a crush on a woman, or what, just, I only know what happens in my head, because 9 times out of 10, whenever someone has a crush on me, I don't even know. I really don't know until they tell me. And if they don't tell me, even better. That sounds terrible, but it's even better. But in this case, Bear was very, very selfish to make a wish. And even though it's like, yes, he obviously didn't know that like it would come true, and then obviously he didn't know that it would come true in the lengths that it did, with, you know, her cooking his cat, with her smashing I think her name was Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's like head into a brick wall. I mean, into a brick in the car. Like, obviously she didn't even, like, he didn't know it would go to that extent. But obviously, in a case, and seeing how much she's literally, like, she's not even herself anymore. She's not even a real person anymore. And he doesn't even think to like try to find a way to cancel it. He doesn't want to cancel the wish. He wants to alter the wish after he makes it. And after she's doing all of this weird stuff, it's like, no. She still has to have a crush on me. She still has to like me. But she can't just be doing all this weird stuff, which of course it's like, yes, it's what he wanted, but it's like, you want to know what's even better? having the old Nikki back, having the actual Nikki and the curse being broken and her not being possessed. In my case, I feel like as though she was possessed, or maybe like a curse was put on her, but she's obviously not herself. And he did take advantage of that situation by having sex with her and by still continuing to like pursue her, even though she stood in the same spot for 7 hours straight, covered in vomit and feces while you were at work. She literally was staring you down, and obviously she is not in the right frame of mind. And your friends see it, everyone sees it, and she's like, hey, you need to take her to a hospital. You need to get her checked out. Something needs to happen because this is not right. She's lying about different things in order for you to like still stay in love with her. So many different areas where it's like Bear could have just ended it completely. And I know it's like he doesn't know how to end it because like he didn't know it was going to happen like this, but like it's a whole different, it's a very different spectrum. And while she was begging him, I'm not even just asking, she was begging him basically. Every single time that she was like yelling erratically, that was the real her trying to get out of this like cursed spirit or this cursed body. Be like, hey, you need to break this. Whatever the heck is happening to me, you need to break it. That was her. And then like Bear just like, she's like, I don't know. Like, it's just weird, you know? And oh, I'm sorry, I'm like, my throat's getting dry. But when she was telling him, she was like laying in his bed and she was telling him, please kill me, kill me, kill me. This is not me. I am not the real Nikki. I was never with you, Bear. He's like, what's so wrong with being with me? And that took me out completely. That completely broke me. That was just like, oh my gosh, you don't even understand the gravity of the situation that you would put onto this woman, okay? Of course, you didn't know that the wish was even going to be real, or you didn't even think it was going to be real, okay? That's whatever. That's because some people don't believe in witchcraft or horoscopes or crystals and stuff like that. Some people don't. But in this case, seeing that this can possibly be something real because of what has been happening so far, and you see her being like, I am in pain, I need help, you need to kill this or me or whatever is happening, it needs to stop because this is not me. She's begging you to kill her. And you just are thinking about yourself like, what is so wrong with being with me? Right. Okay. It's an amazing movie. It's an amazing movie, but that pissed me off so much, and I literally lost all empathy and all like sympathy for Bear in that moment, because it's just like you can't sit there and act like it's normal to feel that way and to see your friend. And she was such a vibrant and beautiful, like I love that entire friend group, but like Nikki in particular was such a vibrant and like not cursed Nikki, but just real Nikki. In the first few minutes that we saw the real her, such a beautiful character. Like honestly, someone that I would even want to be friends with. But like with him being so insecure and him being so afraid of rejection, he would rather not. Here's the difference. He would rather not like pursue, not make a wish, because he didn't like know that the wish was going to go that far. He didn't even know the wish was going to be real. But for him to continue pursuing Nikki with the gravity, like how everything has been leveling up, you know, up until the point where she basically she kills Sasha, wears her clothes because she thinks that that he likes Sasha and stuff like that. And like, do you see like how much it's like leveling it up and how dangerous it's getting and how real it's getting? And he still wants to pursue her. He still wants the wish to happen, but he just wants to alter it. He just wants to alter it. He doesn't want to cancel it. He just wants to alter it. So you still want to keep Nikki in this space, in this frame of mind. But like, she still loves you, but she's just not doing like the regular things that she normally does. She's not doing the cursed stuff that she normally does. That's what blows me. That's what took me out. Okay. He literally, that's honestly what he could have said. And now he completely ruined this woman's life. He killed himself. and well, he OD'd, and he completely ruined this woman's life because he couldn't take it. He really couldn't take it. He couldn't take the consequences of his own actions anymore. And before, I don't want you guys to think like it's not his fault, he didn't know. I know that. I know that completely. But he could have wished the curse was broke. I don't know, okay? He could have just done something other than altering the wish. He should have broken it immediately, knowing that this is not her. She's telling me, please kill me. This is not me. At that point, you should have done everything in your lights to get that curse to be broken, no matter what it takes. Get that curse to be broken in some way, shape, or form. Not to alter it or to change it or to limit it, to be like, have Nikki still like me, but don't make her cook and feed me my dead cat. Don't have her kill people in front of me just so that she would still love me. Have her still like me though. You should have broken the curse immediately. The second that it even got into that point where you realized that it was real, you should have broken it immediately. Because I'm never going to have somebody that I love face some kind of like internal damnation and be stuck in some sort of like twilight state of mind, of like possessed state of mind, knowing that it's killing them and ruining their lives. Like, it's a lot. I'm never going to subject someone to that. Why? Because I'll just rather tell them that I like them, you know. That's just me. But that's it. Anyway, love both movies equally. They were both amazing movies, and like the directors, actors, everything was perfect. That's kind of what I realized, low-key, about watching a lot of movies, that I know when I don't like a movie. So before you guys are like, of course you like the movie, you just watched it. I know when I don't like a movie, but sometimes I get a little bit too generous about like how I critique movies. Like, okay, like that's why I'm not showing you guys my Letterboxd, because I get too generous, okay? I'm like, oh, I love this movie. I don't want to do that, okay? But I truly, truly enjoyed both of these movies. I will know whether or not I do like a movie and when I don't like a movie, but in all honesty, it's okay. It's okay and it's fine. Keep watching movies that you like. Don't like, also remember that these are just like actors. These are just characters. They're not real people and stuff like that. I follow the real like Nikki on Instagram. She's super cool and stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to talk about more horror movies in the future, but also leave some recommendations if you have any of like horror movies that you want me to see. I can do like some tier rankings and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, I'm going to see you guys sometime later, soon, very soon. Okay, bye.